Just a few words about Parshat Vayera. In Parshat Vayera, as many of you know, God sends angels to Abraham and Sarah, first to heal Abraham from the Brit Milah, to announce to Sarah and to Abraham that they're going to have a child, and another angel that is going to announce the destruction of the cities of Sodom and Amorah. Cities of Sodom and Amorah, the Torah tells us, Vayomer Adonai za'akat Sodom va'Amorah ki rabba, chatotam ki chavda meod. Adonai said the outrage of Sodom and Amorah is so great, and their sin so grave, that I decided to destroy them. And the question is, what was the outrage and the sin of Sodom and Amorah? They appear to be places of corruption and violence. The Talmud tells us that the people of Sodom did not operate outside the law. They were not lawless. Rather, they made laws that kept foreigners out and that overprivileged the wealthy and took advantage of the poor. That was their sin. The Talmud tells us that the soil of Sodom and Amorah was so rich and fertile that bread would just come out. And when the farmers would take the produce from the soil, what would happen is that gold dust would fall out. I mean, they were very, very rich. And the people of Sodom said, since we live in a land from which bread comes and has the dust of gold, we have everything that we need. Why do we need travelers, as they come only to divest us of our property? Come, let us cause the proper treatment of travelers to be forgotten from our land. It is said that in Sodom, people built fences around their gardens to keep even the birds from eating from their trees. So this is some form of radical and extreme selfishness. When a poor person would come to Sodom, each and every person would give them a coin, but before that they would write their own name on the coin and then give them the coin. And they would not give them or sell them bread or food so that they could not spend the money, and they would die of hunger. And when they would die, each and every person who gave the coin would come and take their coin back. Such was the depravity of the people of Sodom, according to the Talmud. Now in Pirkei Avot, there's a section that talks about the different traits in people. There are people who say, what is mine is yours, and what is yours is mine. Pirkei Avot says, this is the trait of ignorant people. Mine is yours, and yours is yours. The trait of pious people. Yours is mine, and mine is evil people. Mine is mine, and yours is yours. The Mishnah says it's average people. Most people are like that. Mine is mine, and yours is yours. But then there's some who say, this is the trait of the people of Sodom. People who say mine is mine and yours is yours is the trait of people of Sodom. Why is it so? It's so, according to the commentators, Menachem HaMeiri, who lived in the 13th century, he says that it's a concept that says that this one benefits and this one doesn't suffer any loss. If one benefits and the other doesn't suffer any loss, there are some people who refuse to help others, even though when doing so presents no disadvantage to them. There are people like that who say, in spite of the fact that I will suffer no disadvantage whatsoever, you cannot have what is mine. That's the trait of the people of Sdom. Ze nehene veze lo chaser. This person benefits in spite of the fact that the other doesn't suffer any loss. So, this morning, I walked out of my apartment a little before 9. And as I walked here on 87th Street towards the subway, I saw there was a line of people outside of St. Ignatius Church. And then I walked around the block, and there were people standing outside of SPSA, standing in line before 9 o'clock in the morning. There were elderly people, women, men, children, people with disabilities, all standing in line, some of them with their carts, waiting for food. Waiting for food because, as everybody knows, their benefits were cut. Food stamps no more. This is the news this afternoon. The administration asked an appeals court today to immediately halt a judge's ruling that would require the government to fully fund food stamps. The ruling said that this month's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits for roughly 42 million Americans must be funded by the end of the day. Even as the administration pressed its legal case, the Agricultural Department told states that it was preparing to make funds available to deliver the full benefit. Now, the government is appealing the decision of the court that would require the government to fund food stamps for people. What is mine is mine. What is yours is a measure of the people of Sdom. Even though people would benefit when nobody would be at a disadvantage, the ruling is can't have the food, depriving people of 42 million Americans, men, women, elderly, children, disadvantaged people, disabled people, veterans. The cruelty that we've come to today is equal to the sin of the people of Sodom. Here, in the wealthiest country in the world, in the United States of America, that people are deprived of food, and the government is saying to the judge, we're going to appeal this decision to give people food. So we live in a society where mine is mine and yours is yours, where there is an us and is a them. And that's not the Jewish way. The Jewish way is not ever to see an us and a them, but a we. Because that's the deepest concept, the deepest teaching of the Jewish tradition is Adonai Echad U'Shmo Echad. Everything is part of the one. There is no us and there is no them. There is only one. And when we see ourselves and we see our community as one community, social community as one community, as one, there is no mine is mine and yours is yours. There's no people who are deprived of food or whatever they need in order to live and to thrive. And this is precisely the point of the piyut that we're going to sing now for Baruch Hu, to prepare us for Shema Yisrael. Piyut Kol Broi Mala Umata, which is in this booklet. On page 2. Everything comes from the one. Everything is one. We're all part of the one. There is no us. There is no them. There's only one.